Could you imagine sitting down for a coffee every week and chatting away to a Portuguese friend until you lose track of time? Better still, can you imagine looking forward to it and enjoying it? If that's something that you want but aren't sure that you could achieve, I want to share a super inspirational story today from my student Emil. She's from Seattle, and now that her kids are all grown up, she and her husband decided to embark on a new adventure and move to Lisbon part-time. The only issue was she didn't speak a word of Portuguese. Not only that, she had never learned another language, ever. Here's how she felt about getting started.
You were worried because you didn't speak a word of Portuguese. Had you even learned any other languages before?
No.
Okay.
No. I'm not a linguist. I had absolutely, I took a little bit of French in school when I was young. Anyhow, now I only speak English, and I didn't have a lick of it.
Now, when you're in Portugal, what are you able to do in your day-to-day life?
Liz, I can get around.
Yes.
I can get around the city. I can take cabs. I can get directions. I can order in restaurants. I can ask questions. I navigated a hospital. I'm still learning every day.
But it wasn't only practical Portuguese Emil was able to master. When my students get to this level where they can easily navigate practical situations, it's time to master the art of conversation with a native speaker, what we call a language exchange partner. Now, as a perfectionist, Emil was terrified of this step, but ended up loving it. So much that she wished she'd started sooner. Listen to this awesome update she posted in our community. We had so much fun this morning on our first language partner call. Thank you to everyone for your advice, thumbs up and support. I sent Katia Liz's conversation starters cheat sheet in advance, along with the 15 survival phrases for Zoom calls. I assumed she needed them for herself in English. She was so grateful for both and said it made her feel better in advance of the call. We discussed how nervous we both were and then just started em português. I tried to record it, but I don't think it worked. Anyway, she felt like she had the biggest gift of the year, her very own American, to help her with her English. Ela é tão querida. My brain felt dizzy and exhausted at the end of the call, 1 hour. I met her kids and her husband. We set our calls for every Wednesday. I wish I hadn't waited so long to do this. Isn't that incredible? Here's how she found Katia.
I finally got up the nerve. And when you get up the nerve, you better act really fast. Otherwise, you'll lose it, right? So I texted Mafalda, who is our realtor and a friend. And I said, okay, I'm late on this, but you happen to know anybody who's trying to learn English and would be interested in having weekly calls with me where I can help them with English, they can help me with Portuguese. And she immediately texted back and said, my good friend and my partner, Katia, she was just asking me this. She also is trying to, help herself with English. And anyway, Mafalda was going to send Katia to England for a couple of weeks, and that wasn't going to do enough. And so I think it was like the next day, we were ready to meet the next day. And that was in September only of last year. And I'm so excited. Every time I speak with her, I'm happy the rest of the day. And
I love that.
I am so lucky because of the community I've been able to build with Mafalda and with Katia. And it's just amazing. It's just been an incredible experience and helps me feel more confident in speaking, helps her feel more confident in speaking. And I mean, you can ask her about it, but I know that she's been able to get out of her comfort zone as well.
Because it's not you that's been benefiting from these sessions, right? It's helped her so much with her English, because I think this is one of the things that people worry about when they want to set up a language exchange like this. They don't realize that what they have to offer is so helpful, right? Your knowledge of English, your patience, your kindness, your understanding of how hard it is to learn a language. All of that is gold to her. So you're actually giving her something as special as what she's giving you, and you're able to help each other. So I just love that. We are actually going to listen to a little clip of your milestone 3 conversations. You are such a hero for letting us do this. I am going to go ahead and first of all, the first thing I'm going to play is a clip from your conversation with Katia, so you guys can see how well Emil's Portuguese is coming on. Remember, this is completely off the cuff. She doesn't know what they're going to be talking about. She's just chatting spontaneously.
There was no preparation for this.
Right, and that's what is so great about it. Let's take a listen.
O seu namorado e a minha mãe estão aqui por uma semana e agora preciso de ir ao supermercado.
Às compras, sim.
Às compras, sim.
Como eu percebo. Aqui em casa somos 4. Mas o João e a Sara comem muito. Os dois.
Podia repetir sobre João.
João e a Sara comem muito.
See?
See, it's not just Emil who has benefited from this new friendship. Katia is improving her English too. They both feel that their confidence is growing and are having a ton of fun in the process, and that's what this is all about. It doesn't have to be boring. It can be the start of a beautiful new friendship. Here's what Katia had to say about it all.
Tem sido incrível. Portanto, também não é difícil. A Emil é uma pessoa espetacular. Eu estou muito grata, acima de tudo, por estar nesta experiência, porque sinto que ganhei uma amiga do outro lado do planeta. E eu estou muito orgulhosa da Emil, porque ela entende quase tudo quando falamos em português. Ela aprendeu português em muito pouco tempo. E a Emil tem sido incansável, muito paciente a ajudar-me. E eu estou muito feliz com esta experiência. Queria agradecer à Emil, dizer que gosto muito dela. E pronto, e é isto. Obrigada e beijinhos.
How awesome is that? How does it feel when you see how much you've also helped Katia?
Well, I'm getting completely emotional.
Me too. Stop.
I hadn't seen that. And she's just such a beautiful person, and I just am so lucky. I'm so lucky to know her.
I want you to know that this is possible for you too. If you're willing to work hard like Emil did, you can live a life in Portugal that is easy and enjoyable, making friends and living Portugal at its very best. So does that sound like something you want to do? Click the link below this video to find out more about how I can help you. Até já!